Today is February 2nd, 2026. We're on the roof of the Boardman family in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm going to be doing a repair attempt on that wind creased and damaged shingle. We see a large crease throughout the entirety of it. I'll be using a soft nose putty knife, flat bar, roofing snake, magnetic roofing hammer, and 1.25" per code roofing nails. You're going to want to back up. Come to this side. Okay. Alright, so what we have here, back up quite a bit. What we have here is a dimensional shingle. The shingle starts here. The shingle ends here. It's been flapping around in the wind. It's got a large crease throughout it. So first what I want to make sure that I do is make sure that any material that adheres it to the shingle books below it is removed. That's pretty easy and simple because this one's been flopping in the wind. But now we need to do the same thing for the books above it. Put these somewhere safe where they won't fall off the roof. Alright, so we'll start on one end. Arizona, these things just kind of mat together. You just want to take your time and just work your way all the way across. Alright, looks like we're free and clear. Now I'm going to remove the shingle from the decking. We're going to start on one end and work our way across. Start over here. Now we'll get the fasteners that are in the back of the shingle. Let's get those removed. Oh, get a close-up of this. As we can see, as we're going to remove this shingle, this book is falling apart. I'll continue with the removal. However, now this book of shingles also will need to be repaired. There we go. We have our shingle book removed. But like I said, this book is now falling apart. It has a split in the seam all the way across. That's because, yep, this is delaminated. This is delaminated. The delaminated teeth are a problem because they hold on to the bottom portion of the book. Now that they're delaminated, this piece is not staying in place. I'm going to do an inspection underneath. We have a nail here that prohibits our reinsertion. Get that out of the way. All right, we look good to go. I'm going to do a reinsertion and see what happens. What we want to do is line our book up. Oh, get right here. This seam stretches all the way to here. That's how far this book has fallen apart. All right, we have our book back in place. Now I'm going to use the roofing snake. The reason why we use the roofing snake is so we don't have to lift these two books more than necessary to get an appropriate nail strike. So start over here on one end. That's one. We see a small little fracture right there from the roofing snake. That's pretty common. The important thing is that you make sure that you're in the nail strip. We are lined up in the nail strip. That requires us to butt this up because of how far back that nail strip is and because this shingle is falling apart. That's two. that is 3. We have our shingle book back in place. However, as we spoke of earlier, this shingle has now fallen apart. This is a delaminated tooth. This is a delaminated tooth. This is a delaminated tooth. This one has maintained its integrity. Let's look at the second book. This book also delaminated, delaminated. We can see right on the second book right here, if you zoom in here, this delaminated tooth has created separation for this book to fall apart as well. So essentially, by removing this book of shingles, these 2 books have been affected and damaged. They will need to be replaced, and the likelihood is, because of the brittleness of this roof, this will continue all the way up to the ridge. Every shingle we repair will most likely endure this type of problem, deeming this roof irreparable.